So I'll record this so we can have it available for others. Go ahead.
Well, welcome everyone. Looks like everybody's doing good today. It's fun to hear everyone talking about their fun. I don't really drive too far. I sit here. I joked today that I went to substitute teach for 2 hours in second grade, and it got me out of the house and then do some other things. So I tend to travel and do a lot of the networking when I substitute teach or visit schools to help them out. So my life is a lot of travel. I guess one fun thing is I'm still working on building my airplane. I'm hoping to do some integrated things. I found a lot of great resources by people that are former pilots and others that are actually, they fly places and they teach it. So I'm trying to work that angle in. So maybe I can visit you wherever you are a little bit quicker and then have one of you come pick me up from a landing strip or the soccer field, whichever one.
Game on.
I'm joking about the soccer field, but there are tons of airstrips all over the state. So I'm looking forward to that possibility within the year. I'll keep working on it, but I guess that's me and a quick update for myself. But Olivia, if you want to say hi and you got anything exciting you want to share.
Well, I was kind of filling the early space before the meeting, getting to know Valerie a little bit and Aaron a little bit. So one thing I do want to know from Aaron and Valerie. Now, Henry, are you also teaching computer science? Is he? He looked like he was eating. Sorry, I probably interrupted him.
Yeah. And then we Emily just joined us too.
Oh, Emily. Hi, Emily. Where are you from? I'm Olivia Dockel from CSTA, Northern Wisconsin. Welcome. Oh, Emily.
I'll just chime in if that's okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, as Joe said, I'm the Central Region Chapter Support Coordinator. So I support the Central Region of the U.S. A lot of changes going on. Nebraska consolidating. I'm going to talk to Missouri about consolidating. So a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm actually retired, taught for 30 years. The last 4.5 were middle school computer science. Happy hour kind of story where HR kind of messed up my opportunity to go into high school computer science. So I kind of retired, stepped away at that point. And then I joined the national team for CSTA. And yes, I'm at the soccer game, so I'm eating dinner right now.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there's Emily. Is that Emily? No, it's not. Let's see.
It says Emily, but yeah, looks like your screen name's Emily. But if you want to say hi and say a few things about yourself.
Maybe you're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yeah. Yeah, I'm muted.
Okay, maybe we can.
All right.
Yeah. So let's move on.
Back.
Yeah.
Aaron, can you give us your quick elevator pitch about what grades you teach and what you teach for computer science?
I teach at the sister school with Cigar at the same district. We both teach 7th graders in a class called Wheel, exploring computer science, computer programming, web development, game design, cybersecurity, AP Computer Science A, AP Computer Science Principles, and data structures through Marquette. Yeah, that's it. So
That's enough.
Full-time computer science.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And Valerie, can you give us the pitch? What do you teach? How computer science or grades?
I coordinate the gifted and talented program for Neenah School District. Okay. So we're trying to incorporate coding within our curriculum. We already do VEX robotics, and but we want to do a little more dedicated coding. And so I'm probably going to be working with a group of 6th graders because none of the other teachers could find a time to meet with them. And we have something called Rocket Time. Our school district, our motto or whatever our mascot is rockets, Nina Rockets. So we have a rocket time. It's sort of where students can do a tutorial or whatever. So we've come up with this idea of using that time a little better to incorporate doing coding. We're going to start with coding, but then, maybe branch out from there. So we're very much on kind of like the base of starting something that doesn't exist. But man, the courses you described, it sounds wonderful. I could see where the kids would just eat that up. I wish we had that.
I too was impressed by the variety that he had. Well, thank you for joining us. James, we're going to take a look. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, James, about what grade levels you teach or what you teach?
Yeah, I'm James Mahulo. I'm one of the MPS teachers. Currently joined Washington High School. I was initially teaching at Hartford. I was teaching maths and science, but I've just joined Washington High School in computer science. And I've taken up a few units in NAV and exploring computer science, which we are trying to introduce in the school. So I don't have so much exposure in teaching in MPS in computer science, but I've been a teacher for, let's say, more than 20 years now, teaching IT and computer science in Seychelles and in Kenya. So I'm here for quite some time, and I hope that I'll be getting more support to enable me to get some good roots within the country and be able to support our students.
So if I can interject, James, I taught at Washington High School for 28 years, almost entirely computer science. So I retired some years ago, like 2004. But at some point, I'd like to get, run over there and meet you and talk to you a little bit about the school and stuff. I'm still involved with their alumni foundation, and I work a little bit with your principal over there, Cook's house.
Right.
He and I have emailed a little bit back and forth and stuff like that. So welcome aboard. Wow.
Thank you so much. I'll be very grateful to meet you around. If you pass by, kindly just get some time and come to my class. I'm in room 450 upstairs.
Sure.
And I'll be very grateful to meet you and we share maybe some few things here and there.
Yeah, I used to teach a lot in 474, which is that big lab room with the raised floor. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
My
good.
pleasure meeting you.
So I won't take up any more time.
No, you're fine, Joe. You feel free to chime in whenever you want. I think you have the ability to do that. But I was going to say, James, and then others, if you get a chance to get your information in the document there, that way we can reach out to you or follow up. That way Joe's got your contact information to reach out in the doc that was shared in the chat.
All right, I thank you. I'll do that.
Yeah, please. So we've got a couple of others.
It's like Mariah, I think I said that correctly. He smiled, so I guess you'll correct me if not.
Yes, you said that correctly.
All right.
So, you want to know where I'm from and all that? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I teach in Manawa, nice little rural school. I teach computer programming 1 and 2, robotics 1 and 2. We added cybersecurity this year and Microsoft 365 this year. I teach intro to programming, DC circuits, engineering, and intro to engineering and intro to robotics for middle school. The rest of it's high school.
That's impressive.
You might actually have Aaron beat by for the number of courses. You're close anyway.
Well, I have
I'm
three
not
different,
looking to compete. We got enough already. So
yeah, I have like 3 classes that kind of run at the same time.
Oh.
So there's different groups that I'm working with at the same time. So keeps me busy.
Welcome.
And then I think we had one more, I guess. Patrick?
No,
No?
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess we can come back to you as well. But yeah, if you get a chance, get all your contact information into the Google Doc. One of the other pieces that I'm working on spearheading and as a collective is try to get, you know, some of these things that you're working on to be able to share with others through the CSTA Facebook page that I made. And then just some of in our email updates and that to highlight some of the wonderful things that you're doing. And so, you know, we'll reach out, or I'll reach out to you, but I'm trying to build that collection of, because I've tried to do Facebook searches for people posting things, and it's a complicated process to try to track those things down. So, you know, you may get an email from me and reach out, but yeah, I'm glad you're all here, and it is great to hear all the wonderful things that you're doing. And hopefully we can add some more fun to your list of possibilities for today. But I think we went around, everybody said hi. Or Mary, do you want to say hi? Or are you good?
Mary can say hi.
Mary can say hi.
So tell us where you teach and what you teach.
This year I've got a cybersecurity class, a couple of AP CS classes, picked up a discrete math. We're on trimesters, so this is during the course of the year. And we also have an intro to computer science class, but I also teach math at Sauk Prairie High School, which is in a fictitious town. It's actually 2 towns, Sauk City and Prairie du Sac, just outside of Madison. And the small wonder of the world, Sauk City is home of the original colors.
Wow.
And then I guess Brandon, you just popped in. So if you want to say hi and where you're from, and then we'll get started with Olivia.
Ooh, he needs to fix his microphone.
All right.
Maybe you could enter something
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, if you
chat.
want to put in chat, otherwise we'll come back to you in a bit if you want to, and if you want to chime in. But I guess Olivia, if you want to get started, I think you're doing the NC WIT info, or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Indeed. Okay. Well, again, welcome everybody. So again, my name is Olivia Dockel. I'm a computer science teacher from dating back about 22 years now. Maybe this might be 23. And I've stepped out of the role of a traditional classroom to join a CISA. So the CISA I belong to is CISA 12. I'm in the northern region. It's about a quarter of the state. And to kind of help you when you think about rural and underserved students and access to technology, I want you to think about how many stoplights are in your county. Can anybody tell me how many stoplights are in the county where they live?
can we ballpark it?
Sure, ballpark it.
300?
Okay. You can hold up fingers for those of you. Make sure they're the appropriate finger. We're all adults here, but let's keep it that way. Well, here's mine. I have a county. Oh, Brandon. I think his mic came on.
He said none.
None. Brandon, where do you live? Where are you from?
His
no.
mic isn't working.
Oh, can you put it in the chat?
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Lafayette. Excellent.
Lafayette. I don't even know where that is.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we need to go to a map. Well, I too am from a county that has no stoplights. And then the other county where I taught, we have 3 high schools in a 3-county area, and there are 2 stoplights in the county. So when we talk about rural underserved, I really want you to keep that in mind about how do we encourage students who have no access or little access to technology, who may struggle with broadband, and who certainly don't have, I would say, many role models in the area who are in computer science. how do we get them engaged? And then, like many of you who are in the classroom, and maybe like Brandon, you might be are you the only, you can nod, are you the only computer science teacher in probably your entire county?
I think I got it working now. Yes. No, there's I believe maybe one other one.
Okay.
And I'm part business and computer science, so
Yeah. That was my role as well. So part of these introductions, I know that nobody likes icebreakers, right? That's a part of the meeting that so many of us, especially being introverts, cannot stand, and we don't want our videos on. But when you look around our room, all we have is each other in many cases. And if you're like Brandon, you're from a single area that with no students, no other computer science teachers, perhaps other than yourself, and he's also a business teacher. I'm a little jealous of it was Aaron having all those classes and being so close to Cigar, and James having that connection. You all have other computer science teachers to network with, but that is the whole reason why Dairyland exists, is we want you to build relationships with each other so that if you have questions, if you need support, or if you just need someone to gripe about why flippy doos don't work, we can get together and do that and actually understand each other's language. But NC WIT really is your chance to help. I'm going to share a little bit here, and I'm going to put a document in. NC WIT is an award for both underserved populations, whether you are rural or urban, for females, non-binary. It's meant to be people who traditionally are not in computer science. This is teachers as well as students. Let's see. Okay, so we have the agenda shared. I just want to make sure everybody got in there. Okay. And then I also have a one-page I'm going to share with everybody for resources for NC WIT. So even if you are a teacher of a level that's not in high school, I want you to think about that former student you have who may be in high school, or I want you to think about the students who you may have who are going up to that level, or the teachers you may know who are going to that level of ages 14 and on. And this award is, again, meant to inspire and encourage individuals of all those backgrounds. Faculty who equip K through 12 students, higher education influencers, anyone who fosters computer science and technology passion in students. Mary is a winner of this award. Mary, when did you win this award? Was that last year?
Actually done the honorable mention twice, so this last year, and then I think it was about 3 years before that.
Yeah.
But I've also had students win it.
Tell us about some of the students that you nominated.
So the students have I predominantly find my computer science classes to be male dominated, so any girls that express an interest in my computer science classes, I will often nominate them. And then I've had a recent, actually my first one was one who, as her National Honor Society service project, which I also advised, she went down to one of the grade schools and did computer science little sessions for the elementary kids. The other ones that I've had in recent years, they have joined my computer science club, and they're the officers. Actually, there's 2 sisters that won this just recently. They've also been on the Cyber Patriot team and participating in the esports. So they've not only taken the AP classes, both of them, computer science principles and CSA, but I've also gotten involved in some activities outside of school that are computer related.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Erin, I see that you won the award too. Can you tell us a little bit about that and any students you may have nominated who won?
I did, well, I nominated a student named Megan Choi back in the day who,
Oh, yeah.
she was selected. She actually she worked with NC Wit after that for selecting future women in technology to win the award. Last I knew, she's moved out to Silicon Valley though, now works for LinkedIn, and she's become a team lead, I think. She's moving up fast. So
Yeah.
I also had a number of really talented female students who've made it. My school, and I believe Cigar's school, tends to get several winners every single year. And we really heavily promote it too, because I know it's something that'll stay with them through their journey through high school and college and after that, like it has for Megan. So, and my award is nothing compared to her success. So
You got her there, right? That you were part of that success.
yeah, all right. She got herself there. I just helped her.
I was going to say,
There-
Cigar, you also are an awardee, an educator awardee. So we got
Yes, 2 years ago. As Aaron said, we always have winners. I think about 10 to 12 nominations each of us do, and then they all win the awards. These are really high achieving, passionate students and passionate about computer science, and any way we can support them is amazing. So we are proud of what they do.
Wonderful. So the keyword I want to zero in on what Cigar had mentioned was passion. And even though as educators, you may think, and Erin, that it wasn't a big deal, you are influencing the future of these people's lives, these young people's lives and their careers by simply nominating them. Was there anybody else here that I missed who was a award winner or who had students that were nominated? We'd love to hear the stories. These are the good stories we get to tell.
So I can tell one, although she wasn't my student and I was retired by that point. But we had one young lady who was at, I think, Brookfield Central or Brookfield East or whatever. And she, the first year, she applied as a freshman and didn't make it. In the second year, she was an honorable mention. And then the third year, or I might be off 1 year. In any case, she went from an honorable mention to winner, and then she became a national honorable mention. And she has she was like a 2015 high school graduate, so she's gone through Arizona State. She was in the upper echelon honors program kind of thing, and she was a team leader and whatever else there. And she had a wonderful internship at Intel, and then another wonderful internship at GoDaddy. And then GoDaddy, at the end of her junior year or summer after her junior year, they kind of did one of these. They made her an offer that she couldn't refuse as long as she graduated. And she graduated, and she is her mother said she's got so much money she doesn't know what to do with it. I said here I am, but she's again, she's a project leader like Megan Choi is right on that same ladder, and she's like 26 or 25 and whatever else like that. And she's got the world by her tail. But she will say, and she's written a paragraph in one of our booklets, that she didn't know where she was going at the high school level. And this award series that she applied for really helped her to get herself together. And she's unbelievable. So
I got two more I got to share too.
yeah.
So I had a student named Kayla Sanders. So all in 1 year, Kayla, she took a course with me and liked it, and then took AP Computer Science as a senior. She had no idea what she wanted to be as a career field, but she took that class. And so all in 1 year, she got full ride scholarship to Alabama, where she's now majoring in computer science. She got a perfect score on the AP Computer Science A exam, only one of 75 that year. And that's 0.00 something percent. It's my only perfect score yet. So, including I've had two students who are now getting their doctorates. They didn't even get perfect scores. So, Kayla was selected. I want to say it was 2017 or 18 or something. Anyway, she's about to graduate now, and she's, and I just got an email from her that was kind of short but really nice. And then I had a student graduate last year named Sydney Coons. She's like 4'8", maybe. She's tiny, and I had her starting in 7th grade, and I had her every single year. So the opposite of Kayla, she took every one of my classes, that litany of classes I just mentioned, every one of them. And now she's at her first year at, I think she's at Madison now. And I got a really nice email from her, and she wants to talk to my class and tell them what college is like. And she wrote me a really nice, it was a handwritten letter she mailed to me saying, thank you so much for inspiring me to choose computer science and all that stuff. And she was selected, I think twice actually, for the Aspirations Award. So it really does matter. And she mentioned the NC-WIT. It was when she earned that she knew she had a career path waiting for her when she was selected. So
Wonderful.
it can really matter to a lot of these students. So
Yeah. And not all of us are so lucky to get those written letters later in life from students who recognize us. Sometimes it's a Facebook post on Teachers Day. Sometimes it's just a quick message going, hey, thought of you, making a new program. And again, I just, keep going back to what Aaron said. Aaron, you make a huge difference in this world. So I want all of you to just take a second and think about the successes in life that you've had in your teaching. And you may not have someone who's going on to be the head of Google or Yahoo or in a higher end position, but you've still made a positive difference in that child's life because you may be the first person who's ever recognized that they have a talent or an aspiration to do something with technology and computer science. So before I go on, Kyle, how much time are we dealing with here on your agenda or cigar? I want to make sure I don't take up too much time.
We got about 20 minutes.
Before you
Left.
guys?
No, till the end.
Okay, so I know. Oh, sorry, Joe, timekeeper.
How much time you got? How much more time do you need?
Okay, so here's the thing. All of you, or most of you, have experience already with NC-WIT. So this is just going to be the gentle reminder that please look at the NC-WIT Award one-pager. Take a look at the links. You can nominate a student. You can nominate a teacher. Think of somebody. They do not have to be, again, someone who's published scientific papers, someone who's written giant programs. I've had graphic designers, being a business and IT teacher as well, graphic designers, yearbook editors who have done advanced technology topics, who have mentored younger people in computer science. One of my students went on to be she's in school right now at Eau Claire to become a computer science teacher. So success looks different for everybody. It does not have to be someone who is that hard computer science future and maybe a computer science integration topic. Please keep those students in mind. Look for those underrepresented girls or populations where you're trying to help recruit for your classes, and just take a moment and using that one pager. We're not going to take time to do it now because we don't have a lot of time, but please click on that. And there's some very basic scripts that are already created for you. They did a wonderful job this year with sharing information about how to quickly nominate a student or how to quickly nominate a faculty member. And I think it's just as important to nominate faculty members because in our profession, our days are long. You're driving 2 hours a day, some of you, and sometimes our jobs are a struggle. And even nominate yourself. If there's nobody else in your world who sticks up for you, nominate yourself so that you have a chance to have professional development and meet other great people like you who are making a positive difference in other people's lives. I promise you, you may not know it now, but I promise you, you are making a positive difference. So take that time, save that link, make a copy of that one pager. I'll put it again in the chat. And take a moment to recognize somebody, a student or a faculty member who has aspirations or has made a difference in computer science that you know of. Are there any questions before I turn it over to Kyle to talk about Girls Who Code? I guess the one other thing I'll throw in there is that, again, so I also teach computer science online for Massachusetts. And although I don't have a computer science class this year, last year I did have a national honorable mention and some Massachusetts affiliates remotely. So again, even if you're teaching classes online, don't forget about those kids, because if they're taking that extra time to do online courses, that means they have an interest, and especially if they're doing well, they have the capacity. So don't forget them. Kyle, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, sounds good. So both Cigar and myself will kind of cover Girls Who Code, but Cigar, if you want to go first, and then you can share yours, and I'll cover more of the logistics and then how I can help you as a follow-up after she shares what she does. Maybe. There we go.
Yeah, oh, there we go.
I'm going to make it short so we have time for Kyle too. Like many computer science teachers, I have been struggling with recruiting female students, broadening their participation in computer science field. And this has become one of my main goals, something that I passionately care about. So although I see some improvement, but I haven't been where I am hoping. So I was hoping, so this is something that I have been working on. One of the good approaches is to expose students to this field in a less structured way, which is like a club, so they can kind of experience it without making the commitment of taking the course for a semester or a year. 2 years ago, 2 students approached me and they said that they are interested in running a club for the girls. At that time, I did not know any programs, anything except Girls Who Code. So we kind of started with Girls Who Code. The positive things that I can say about it is kind of it builds the confidence and a sense of community among the students. They can try computer science if a semester long or a year long course doesn't fit in their schedule, or they don't feel like this field belongs to me, but they can kind of try it without that commitment. It's mostly run by students, and the older female students are like role models. They offer the curriculum that I will show you a little bit of the curriculum. So a variety of subjects and activities are there. So you don't have to sit and think of a lesson plan or activity for each meeting. They provide support, so they have a regional representative that as soon as you create the club, and I'm going to quickly go over it on their website, so they are there to help you. They have workshops for both teachers and students. And I didn't know at the time, I didn't get the $300, but I think from one of their videos, I noticed that now they pay $300, so you can buy snack and everything for the meetings. So, and then buy the t-shirts called Girls Who Code. Let's take a look at this is their website, and this is their programs. They have for clubs, college and career, summer programs, and code at home. I need to click on my I need to click on my the club that I have. So you won't have access to this. That's why I'm showing it here. You see that there are like toolkit for the facilitator. Facilitator is you, a teacher, or another grown-up in there. So they're somebody who is observing everything. But as I said, the kids run it. Club benefits, sisterhood activities is something that is interesting. But I'm going to click on Learn to Code, and you see that they have activities, lessons, and everything for Scratch, Python, P5, And then they have games, creative coding, which is designing like animation or 3D art, and cybersecurity. And I'm going to and data and AI. So at the time, 2 years ago, they didn't have that many different lessons, but now you can see that they have everything detailed. I am going to talk about things that you need to be mindful about their activities to see if it really fits your students or not. They have games on coding, cybersecurity, even the Swift, and a sample of the activity. You see that this one is password generator sample. So they create a simple password, like the computer generates a sample for them. So this is how it looks like. But to be honest, I liked some of the activities, but at the same time, I don't like the club to be in a way that they learn something and we give them worksheets, paper, and they write on it. That's not what the club is about. It's about getting together, learning together, hands-on activities, experiencing what really computer science is, rather than giving them worksheets. So I was looking for another resource, and I found Tech Girls. Now, Tech Girls was part of CompTIA, and then it was designed for running a club for girls. This year, I learned I had all the resources ready I wanted to share with you, but I learned that they ended that program, and CompTIA decided to go inclusive for all students at school. So it's not for girls anymore. I checked with them and they said, you know what? Use our resources anywhere you want in your classroom for your clubs. We are open to everything. So I created one simple one here so you can take a look at their curriculum. All of these are available. You can easily just sign up for CompTIA. It's not any commitment or anything. And you see that they have 49 activities here, 59. The thing is that I am like smart home. I think this is in beta stage, but I think it's about Internet of Things. So you need to look at stuff and see if you really like what they have. The point is picking and choosing the ones. It takes some time, but at least you are not stuck with one curriculum that sometimes you like their lessons or activities or not. Black Girls Code is actually really good for girls to feel connected. They also have JavaScript, I think, yes, JavaScript, block-based, and other things. So if you click on any of these, I provided some examples here for you, so you don't have to go back and forth. This is about like the biometrics and facial recognition and everything. And you can choose. Amazon has a lot of opportunities, and they have videos for different careers that the girls can watch when they are in the club and see what computer science careers look like. So you can have a tour for those too. But then where to start and what is my what is my experience? So 2 years ago, I started meeting time. If you decide to start one, meeting time is something that matters. I thought because Erin and I both support data structure students on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and only 2 days during the week is not enough, that I can take away another day for my club. I decided to do it after school. Now, what didn't work for me is that I technically excluded girls that didn't have a ride back home and they needed to take the bus. So I already excluded some students there. And with so many after school activities and like art club, chess club, any club, and then sports that we offer so many opportunities. A lot of those students were already signed up for those activities. So after 1 or 2 sessions, I noticed that the group is getting smaller and smaller. Why? Because they couldn't be in 2 places at the same time. They had made the commitment for the sport or other clubs. So, and I wanted my club to be easygoing, laid back, whatever, whenever you want to come. So that was the choice that they decided not to join the meetings. So I decided to move it back once a year, once a month, but move it back to flex sessions. This way, most of the students can make it. Some of them are requested, some of them need to retake, but at least it's a better opportunity for them to join. As I said, use from different programs. Don't just stick to one, because the worksheet ones, I didn't like it and I never shared it with the students. So we decided to just go with the hands-on activities. Connect with someone who has run the club before. I only did it for a short time 2 years ago during the second semester. And then last year, again, at the beginning of the second semester, I ran it twice, and then I had an injury, a surgery that I had to teach from home, and I never ran it again. So I don't have that much experience, but I'm sharing what I have done. But if you know teachers who have run the club before, you can use experience, and they kind of help you so you don't make the mistakes that some teachers do, or I did with the after-school program that didn't work for my school. For middle school and high school, I let high schoolers just sit together, figure out things. I don't give them a kind of a structured plan, so they can check, just like this one, they can go and check and see what they want to learn, and they usually are responsible. They sit together and learn. That's the point of getting together and learn. But the middle schoolers, I found that we need to have like a plan. Like today, we are going to create a web page together, and that's the plan. And then if they are interested, then we are going to help them to learn more. These are the things that I learned. These are links from Girls Who Code. I had a meeting with somebody yesterday. They have a webinar today. They suggested that the webinar kind of covers everything. These are the short videos about Girls Who Code. They help you with the template of the flyer if you like and everything. And their webinars, because I'm registered, so I'm gonna kind of add the link to here if somebody is interested, or otherwise just watch the short videos, very short videos that they shared here to see if you are interested in it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I would be happy to help you as much as I can. One note is that this year, because the number of the girls fluctuates, sometimes I have 10, 12 girls in the room. Sometimes I only have 2. And I decided to, instead of running a Girls Who Code, maybe try this year having the computer science club. But then limit the number of boys, like 10 boys, maybe 10 girls. And if more boys want to sign up, they can sign up for another session, because I don't want to make it male dominant at all. But at the same time, a club where 1 or 2 people show up is not fun. And I am worried that I lose those few students as well. Yes, some days I have like 12 of them, but it's not consistent. So I thought maybe a computer science club can spread the word a little bit more, and then helps with growing the number of students, especially the female students in the club. I'm going to stop, so Kyle has some time to share his suggestions and ideas with us.
All right. That was great. Now I'll fill in the other the parts from what I do. Similar to that, I'll share my screen here. And then looks like you can see that. All right. Tracking with me. Perfect. So just in a quick, just a brief overview of me and the work I've done with Girls Who Code. So I've kind of worked and run clubs since they started allowing people to have clubs. And in the last 2 years, I've been developing programs outside of the school when I left teaching full time to be able to help as many people as I can with things like this. So just briefly, I'm going to show you a slight variation of kind of like the overview of, how these can be incorporated everywhere. Because my end goal is to be able to travel and get elementary kids super excited, to then have them be super excited middle schoolers, who then become super excited high schoolers that you don't even have to market to because they already want to find you. And so just to look at the 3-5 curriculum here, typically I start with the baseline of like code.org or something like that as I help the students so they get that understanding. But know that when I go to the schools, I tend to get teachers to, once they're authorized for a club, you can set up a 3-5 club, or you can get access to the materials, even though it's a 6-12 or upper, because the clubs have 2 separate parts. So you can run an entire book study within an ELA classroom that's centered around computer science and programming. So we can go to the friendship chapter guides. We can go Lucy Goes Coding, and there's the chapter overview, the unplugged activities. You can talk about those different pieces as you go. And one of the main goals I have is trying to expand outside of that computer science classroom and getting more teachers involved with, instead of doing a Google slideshow, they could program their slideshow in Scratch or make an interactive app or a game or something like that. And the 3-5 curriculum has a lot of these different parts in here where it's giving you chapters, it's giving you the books, like you can get the books, and then you just come in here and you can look at it. Of course, now I did a PDF, but you can see these different parts of the book and then have those discussions as you go. And just to cross load over to the other one for the 6-12, you'll see that those aren't necessarily in there for that book study. And that's where you can get into the Girls Who Code tech spotlights, some of these other activities that are more of that higher level thinking. So even when I work with sometimes the high school or middle school students, I sometimes get them back down to that slightly lower level there. And so before I click over to some examples of different things that I've done, feel free to reach out. I do have, I work through a museum where I live, where I'm building activities and interactives and different parts, but I also have funding to be able to travel. So I can come help you set up a Girls Who Code club. I can do virtual work to work with your clubs. I can help you get the funding and just the logistics of, and all of those different resources that can go into it. I can travel. It's a lot of that is worked into what I've been trying to do to be able to help people not have to try to figure this out, but to give like a easier pathway to fun things where, when I show you this is an entire room in our hall space of Girl Scouts. And so they came to the museum. I did an event on robotics. They all earned their badges. And then I also shared with them, code.org, Girls Who Code, and all of those other resources that are available to them. And we had a great day. They got to build robots, and we explored and played with a lot of different things there. This is just a different view of the workshop with some other Girl Scouts as we're doing some intro programming with code.org before jumping into some of the Scratch tutorials there. And then this other picture I want to show you, if I can find it, right here. So I did a lot of exploratory work where I'd bring in electronics and toys. We'd take it apart. We'd strip them down. They'd figure out what the things are. And we try to build new things and all sorts of fun stuff. And I would do this with the school, and every girl 3 through 5, these girls were doing it on a different day, but they would all wear their shirts, or at least try to get them to. And the most fun, magical parts that I had were some of these girls were giving their shirts to their younger siblings or sisters, and they were wearing them as they outgrew them, and they were traveling and moving on and sharing that passion and that love of just the exploring, the looking for understanding. And I dump out a whole bin of things and say, do whatever you want with it, see what happens. And so it's just that passion, that question everything, to ask and to look for stuff and just to have fun. And so that's kind of what, I guess, in a nutshell, what I do with those clubs, where I try to help people, set them up, obviously, to get the funding, but then also to be able to, where do we go? How do we do this? Where do we incorporate this? And, some of the funnest parts that I have are the most exciting, where we have ELA teachers, or, language arts, or Spanish, or foreign languages, bringing in all of this into what they're doing, and championing and having these as extensions for them to show their work. So that's all I got, sort of. Any questions? You can put them in the chat.
No questions.
On or say anything, but just know that my contact's in there. Feel free to reach out. I may reach out to you just because you're here, but also with that helpful piece. Because Brandon, I feel you, man. I've tried to get down to your neck of the woods down there. If there are trees, I'm sure there's a bunch. But you don't have stoplights. But I know it's there's a gap between a lot of those different schools. So, it can be a challenge to do that. And, virtual becomes an easier connection. And then a lot of the fun that I have is, virtually connecting with the schools, and then finding a time to go and just have fun and do that. So it looks like Mary's ready with the prizes. All right.
Door prize.
Sure are. I gotta find that share button. Bring up our wheel.
The Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, good.
I
grief.
have a feeling everybody will win, all the participants, not us, the participants, because we don't have too
Everybody-
many.
Where's our name? Just kidding.
It's fun to see it spin, though.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how much you guys are seeing in my background there, but
No, we're seeing the
did you
circle.
see the wheel? All right. Well, I'm supposed to find. I don't have teams of 7. I don't have. Joe informed me that there are 7 winners tonight. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it as a lineup just because we gotta see. So Valerie, you're our first winner. Henry's second. James
Yay!
Go Henry.
is 4th. Brandon is 5th. And Mariah's 6th. And Ikocha is 7. So as long as you guys got your emails, I think, Joe, is that what you do? Do you email?
Yeah. You'll be receiving later on tonight a message from Amazon that you've got a $20 gift card.
All right.
Courtesy.
Valerie's got a question.
Yes.
Or she's got her hand up.
Yep. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on my phone, so I'm wondering about are we able to view the slides that were shared? That it was all wonderful, but I just need time to look at it again and think through everything.
So this document that you filled in your email address will be available ad infinitum kind of thing. And in there are links to the Sagar's slides, to some slides that Olivia put together, links to the several of the sites and things like that, and all of our email addresses. So please use that all of you, please use that as a resource, as you know, an opportunity to be able to get at the information that you need.
And Valerie, I added it in the chats too, so either way.
Excellent, thank you.
And I will put the link for the Facebook page if you're on Facebook. Please feel free to share. You know, if you don't want to share it directly, you can share it with me and I can post it. But yeah, share some of the great things you're doing. It's a work in progress to keep building. So, you know, we love to see all of the great things you're doing and be able to share that with others. But I'll put that link in the document piece there too.
Yeah, and if you want to throw it in the chat, just if anybody wants to look at it right at this minute, or whatever, instead of our wonderful faces and stuff like that. So,
Well, you get to see all our wonderful faces in a picture there too.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh my God, we are there. I forgot. Yes. Erin, can you see that? Erin, did you see that?
So I'm seeing a grid
Yep.
of 12 of us, us 12, or we 12, I guess it would be. Does anybody
Yeah, feel
have
free
any
to
other?
share or that. I usually it's a continual posting of Joe's amazing newsletters and
Yeah.
other random things that we come across, but trying to get as much information out there as we can, and hopefully I'll be posting some updates on my airplane building. I'll
Yeah.
fly to a airstrip near you, and we can teach you how to build a plane in
Sounds good.
your shop at school too.
Are you building it in your basement so that you can't get it out of there?
Yes, it stuffs right over here to my left. But
Okay.
yeah, I lasered out all the templates for some of the pieces that I'll then fabricate the metal out of. And I've just been acquiring the pieces as I go. And then I'm trying to partner with the local airport, but they're a for-profit. So they told me my best luck would be to find some retired pilots somewhere that would be willing to offer flight time. Otherwise, they're a for-profit entity. Sometimes I had to make that shift because all I do is work with nonprofits now. So in that we're in the offering of good things, not necessarily needing an immediate payment to cover our costs because we got that covered, right? So it's that shift into that world. So, but yeah, does anybody else have anything they want to share? Any questions? Otherwise, we appreciate all of you.
It's 7:30. We're right on time.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye,
you all for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.